Hello and welcome to Would You Rather with Big Mike and the boys. I'm Big Mike and here are some boys. Tony and Liam, how's it going?
I'm scared, man. It's scary.
What was that? Did anybody hear that?
I think it might have been like a ghost or a witch or a pumpkin or something spooky.
It sounded like a pumpkin. Yeah.
A pumpkin, that's definitely it, I said. I hate that when you're walking in the shop and all you hear is that.
Buy me! Scoop out me inside. Put a candle in me.
But make it into a soup, don't just bin it. So, lads, welcome to the horror show at Would You Rather with Big Mike and the boys. How's your week been? Has it been sufficiently spooky? Are you all ready for the big day on Saturday, on Sunday? This is very interesting audio while I check my calendar. This Saturday, Halloween.
Yeah, no trick-or-treating though. I had my bags and everything ready.
No trick-or-treating.
Trick-or-treating.
Your bags?
Yeah.
More than one bag? You go out multiples?
Yeah, usually a couple of black bags.
Are you that kid that comes back and forth to the same door with different masks on? Trick or treat!
Was that the pumpkin mask he had on, was it?
Yeah.
I'm a pumpkin!
He looked like a giant pumpkin.
So as it's Halloween, I thought that before we get started today, we would share some Halloween stories. What's some of our most memorable Halloween moments?
That's exactly what I was afraid you were going to do.
So you're ready, look?
Yeah, mine are very nice stuff.
It's Halloween, like. Doesn't have to be nice.
Just has to be spooky.
Yeah, scary.
Liam, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I suppose I might have to. I don't know. I used to just go trick or treating with my cousin Niall. Shout out Niall.
Oh yeah, and why?
Yeah.
Why was that interesting? What did Niall do that was
Well,
noteworthy on a podcast?
Well, not much, but you put me on the spot, you fat cunt. That's the like we used to just go trick or treating, and like he lived on a lane with it was like a row of houses, and usually we wouldn't be allowed to go past a certain point, but on Halloween we were allowed to go right down to the bottom, and it made it all kind of spooky, do you know?
Because that's where the scary people lived.
Well, not really. It was just like, you know, it was kind of like a Sam Wise moment. This is the furthest we've been from home, you know. One more step. We used to often have like coordinating costumes.
Oh yeah, like what? Minnie and Mickey Mouse.
Not really. No, like I don't know where we even got them, but we had like 2 3-piece suits one year. One was all white and one was all black, but we like swapped out the tie and the waistcoat and the trousers and whatever and mix and match, and then we were like went as I don't know, Day and Night Vampires or something like that. Yeah, it was very fun. Like
It's a Twilight.
maybe. Oh, fuck yeah. I don't remember. I wonder if he even remembers that. I do.
Niall, write in to bigmikepod@gmail.com if you remember. Like seriously, we need emails.
Yeah.
Day and Night Vampires would remind me of your man from Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, the guy who swaps his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were way ahead of the curve. Like, yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas came out in 92. So.
Yeah, well, we hadn't seen it. Like, we weren't original. We just didn't know.
Tony, what was your spooky tale?
None of mine are good. None of mine are good. It's Halloween always reminds me of just people putting fireworks in my bag or throwing it at me or something. Many times I've almost gotten blown up because like genuinely. And maybe I have another story of me getting kicked out of a friend's house when I was really young for not doing anything wrong. That's my happiest Halloween moment, really.
Yeah, Halloween isn't supposed to be the happiest, is it?
No, he was having fireworks and someone else was having it in the other garden, but the other guy was shouting something at us, and I don't know. He guessed I said something, but it was the other guy, and the father started giving out to me. And I was like, I didn't really do anything. Not to get out of the house. I didn't know he was being serious. So
They just threw you out of the house on a scary Halloween night on your own?
Me out of the house, yeah. I was staying at my friend's house.
What age were you?
Really young, like.
It's like too young to be left outside the door.
Nah, I was like the next door neighbour or something, but
Like 6 months old?
No, it's about 6 months and 2 weeks maybe. Otherwise, I just remember eating lots of sweets.
What were the best sweets? What was jackpot on Halloween? Were you looking for chocolate or were you looking for like
I hated when I got
chewies?
monkey nuts.
Oh man,
It's the
nuts
worst.
and oranges
Of
and
all the
apples.
nuts. But like sometimes you get chocolate apples and stuff.
Yeah, but sometimes you just got apples too.
Yeah, I know. I actually loved fruit as a kid, but it's not what you want on Halloween, is it?
No.
Because you can have fruit whenever usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just there in the kitchen rotting.
But like, what was I always hoping for? Like, you know, the house where you get like a packet of crisps and a bar.
I never really got
Is that good?
much on Halloween.
That's really good from one house. That's
yeah,
really
that's
good.
great.
Did you not get like lollipops and loads of little things?
Some did goodie bags and they were pretty
Yeah,
cool as well.
those people were fucking well after, weren't they?
Yeah, fair play to them.
Yeah.
Fair play to them. Shout out to all those people.
Yeah,
goodie bags.
yeah. Keep finding good fight.
If any of you are
Exactly.
listening, just email us on bigmikepod@gmail.com. We'll give you a personal shout out.
Yeah, and you can send us your goodie bags. We'll send you our address
Yeah,
privately, of course.
Liam, what's your cousin's address? They might be able to send it there easier.
I don't know. I just moved, but
We just moved. All right, good.
just moved.
We'll have his new address next week. I'll have the air code and everything. So my Halloween story is quite a spooky tale. As we go back to
Oh, it
a
might
segment
be,
we
yeah.
visited before, it's called Childhood Trauma with Little Mike.
Oh, this is gonna be just fucking attacking somebody who didn't know they were doing the wrong thing by Mike. Like, go on.
So this is the moment that I used to like Halloween. I used to quite like it. It scared me because I was scared of everything, but I used to quite like it. It was fun. And then there's this one moment of this 1 year, and I can't stand Halloween since. I haven't enjoyed going to any Halloween parties. I've hated the idea of trick or treating. I hate the whole thing. I wish it never happened. And basically,
Just keeping it upbeat.
I was at my granny's house.
This is very spooky now.
It's a pumpkin. So I was at my granny's, and me and my sister were going to go out trick or treating, and I was probably dressing as a vampire because I always dress as a vampire, and I was probably just a little bit too old to be trick or treating, like maybe 12 or 13, and I was so impatient, and it was just so bright all evening, and I just wanted to go out and get my trick or treating done because I lived out in the countryside in the middle of nowhere where there was like you'd walk a mile and you'd find 2 houses. And my granny lived in a housing estate. And I thought, this is like big gains, you know, this is stonks. I'm going to get so many sweets.
Jackpot.
So I got impatient and we left the house. And it was probably about 6 o'clock and it was bright daylight outside. And so I walk outside dressed as a vampire. My sister is in her costume next to me. She was only young, so she didn't really know what was going on. And I stood out and some of the cool kids from the estate just looked at me as soon as I walked out the gate and just started laughing.
Like we are.
And that was it. I went straight back inside and I never participated in Halloween again.
Well, that's
To this day, I still hate it because of that.
because of your impatience. Yeah.
Hmm?
Because of your impatience. Like, if you'd waited for the sun to go down, they mightn't have seen you at all.
Yeah, or it would have been normal enough for me to have gone out then.
Exactly.
But it's the fact that I went out in broad daylight in my costume.
But maybe they
like
were
a
just
big
laughing at
idiot.
the idea of a vampire being out in the daylight. Like, they were like, that's a flawed
They-
costume. Like.
They were.
But they were also kids, Mike, so I don't think you should hate Halloween because some kids who wouldn't have remembered laughing at you 10 minutes after they laughed at you.
You don't think they're on their podcast talking about this each of the kids like dressed as a vampire in the middle of the day?
No, I don't think they
And we
are.
laughed at him and he was such a fool. God, we hate him still.
No, I don't think they are, Mike.
I wonder if they stand there every year now in hopes that you'll come back out one day.
This is Old Grudges Never Die with Big Mike and the boys.
It's just not a good enough reason, if you ask me.
Trauma is trauma.
Trauma is trauma, man. But, you know, you're a 30-year-old man also, you know.
So you gonna be a vampire this year, buddy?
No, I'm going to be in the same costume as every year, just crying in the corner. I started that tradition that year, and I'm carrying it on. And the most upsetting thing is I never got my stonks, you know? I never got the big haul.
Oh.
Did you get any monkey nuts?
I got nothing. My dad had to take my sister out later on.
Wouldn't leave the house.
Wouldn't leave the house. Haven't left since. What's going on up there, lads? Right, lads. Should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Spooky. Right, lads, we have a new sponsor this week.
Oh, Jesus, taught me
And
mine.
it's quite topical. Yeah. Well, I'll just play the ad here. Come on down to Spooky Mike's Winter Halloween Department Store, opening next week. We will be the only shop selling 100% Halloween costumes throughout November and December. Available in-store only. No delivery or click and collect.
Sound like a weird Santa Claus.
So weird.
Lads, they are going to do fucking gangbusters. No one else is selling Halloween stuff through the winter.
No, they're not, to be fair.
Unless he goes to like a party store. They kind of do.
Yeah, or costume shops.
No, yeah, but they don't have like shitty plastic vampire teeth and like little devil horns.
Yeah, so this shop, Spooky Mike's, does have shitty plastic vampire teeth.
Oh, terrible. Because like, and maybe you need to leave this part out in the edit, right? But how they make all their money is they buy it all up on it when it's on clearance after Halloween, and then they just sell it for full price to their customers.
That's fucking genius.
So they buy it in cheap whenever all the other fools are getting rid of it, and then they have the monopoly for all of November and December on Halloween costumes. And they just, I mean, obviously they're only starting up, but like, how could it go wrong?
I mean, it seems like a win-win. So they only open November, December. They don't like reopen next October.
No, they open again November, December again next year.
It feels like they're going to have a lot of stock left over.
And I think next year they're going to have a second store so they can have extra stock, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're planning on buying all the closed department stores in all the cities in Ireland and like opening up in them, so filling them. And then it's just like they'd still own it. So they wouldn't be able to rent it out or anything all year. So they just leave it.
Genius.
Shut down.
Genius. I think we're going to have these sponsors for a while. I don't feel like it's going to change next week at all. Because, I mean, they're only coming into the height of their profitable months now. So
Yeah. And I have invested all my life savings in them. So, and they told me if you invest all your life savings in them, they'll give me 5%. So like, you know, so.
Yeah. I mean, like a triangle effect. Is that what they're calling it, the triangle effect?
It's kind of like, well, do you ever see people who are dressed up for Halloween and they might go as like a pharaoh or a sphinx?
Yeah.
And then, well, I'm thinking about going as a pyramid this year. And if you want to get underneath that, that's all good.
No bother, man. Schemes to me, like there's no way to lose,
Yeah. So, should we get into it and have some spooky would you rather questions?
Yes, fucking please. Yeah.
The only thing spooky about this is the high quality of this episode. People are going to remember it. They're going to, in years to come, they're going to be like, should we put on an episode of our favorite podcast? And then they're going to be like, yeah, do you remember the Halloween one? That was really good. They still had fucking grip on it by then.
Ask the fucking question.
Would you rather
What a go.
always having to dress as a slutty witch or a mommy?
Slutty witch? Like...
You know we're men, right?
So we're talking like crop top and a skirt. And a witch's hat and a nose.
Where's the downside of dressing like a mummy? Like,
you're completely covered
Yeah, but
in bandages for the rest of your life.
Like,
oh,
then you
the
have,
rest of your
you have
life.
easy access toilet paper the whole time. You never have to buy that again.
Actually, how do you poop? Is there a little poop chute?
You can pull the pieces apart. You can pull a couple of the
That's grand.
Forever?
couple of the wraps apart.
A slutty, like, so what you say, a
Why
crop
do I want
top?
to walk around like a slutty witch? I don't want to be dressed up as a slutty witch.
But like warty nose and pointy hat?
Yeah.
This is the most
The broom is optional.
ridiculous. The broom is optional.
The broom is option. That's like a must now. Does it work?
As a broom,
What's
yeah.
a broom like? So this is like the rest of your life. This is every job you ever have. This is every date you ever go on. Which would you look better? I think we all can agree Tony would make a good slutty witch.
Yeah, I definitely look better as a mummy, I think. You would be a good slutty witch. I can
Slutty
see
witch.
it.
Oh yeah, let the hair down. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have to wear high heels?
It
Optional.
has to be knee-high boots now.
Yeah, you
Really going for it.
slut.
First fucking.
It's the most outrageous question you've ever asked. Like, what jobs could you get? Like, you'd be doing a lot of work. Well, I suppose you could do October like in scare houses, and then you could do November, December in fucking Scary Mike's. Fucking. You'd have work for 3 months of the year, you know.
You wouldn't want to be a painter for your mummy, would you?
I might spice it up a bit though.
Well, you suppose you have a couple of speckles of random stuff like.
Yeah.
Mm.
You'd have to wear like overalls over it.
What if it rains?
Well, you can wear stuff over it. That doesn't seem right, Mike.
Oh no, you can't. Turns out.
But
But
if it rains, like it
Yeah.
rains, you're just gonna disintegrate.
Bandages though, it's not like
Might just be pain in the hole.
Not toilet paper.
not toilet paper, yeah.
I know.
Or candy floss or whatever.
What would your name be if you were a mummy?
Just Liam and that. What would your name be if you were slutty witch?
It wouldn't be like Tutankhamun Liam.
No.
Or
Hermione.
you cannot sully the good name of Hermione Granger.
We called it an episode Griffin Whore. I think we could fucking do what we want to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm offering you an alternative for the witch. You can dress as a slutty schoolgirl witch from Hogwarts.
It's not better, like. just to, like, to be fair, wearing a crop top might give me some incentive to lose some weight. You know?
But it'd be a rough 2 years while you're trying to lose the weight.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Which you like,
It gets very cold in the winter, though.
yeah, for any of that, like.
You better wrap up then.
Oh, so I'm gonna have to wear like one of those overcoats. You know?
Slutty call girl, witch, school girl.
Right, which would you rather wear tomorrow if you had to go out and about?
Would have to be the mummy thing because it's getting cold here.
Very cold.
Okay, what about in the summer?
Slut me up, baby. If I was the mummy, could I still wear the high heels?
As long as they're bandaged up.
I mean, that's the bit that's appealing to me, though.
I mean, lads, this is the most sensible question I've ever asked, you know?
Like, even excluding this fucking podcast, that's one of the fucking most ridiculous questions I've ever asked. Like, and I've been asking fucking questions, like, oh, fucking, and I don't have the answer, that's the thing. Like,
I mean, the mummy would be pretty bad. Like, no one would ever be able to see your face again.
Nah, I'd probably be doing them a favour, right?
yeah, who's that bad for?
Well, true. Which would it be, if you were single, which would it be harder to find a girlfriend in?
Probably the mummy thing, I think.
No, I think the mummy thing, you could be like, you know, you got like...
In a really bad accident.
Yeah, exactly. I've had a really bad accident.
It was so bad I actually died and my body is being preserved.
I just got a problem. I just really like to put lotion on my skin, okay? Needs to be soft. Don't touch me.
I keep it covered forever. Oh my god.
Wouldn't want to know the people I'd be attracting dressed as a slutty witch. Like, if you know what I mean. Even if I was finding someone to be with, that's not the people I want to be attracting, Mike.
But if it's your one true soulmate, Tony, you know, they'd look through your skirt and see the real you.
Do I get to have bats with me? You know those weird cat bats or whatever they are?
Cat bats.
What are they?
I don't know.
Oh, what's that? Wizard of Oz, is it? She sends those weird
You
mean the flying
flying
monkey?
monkeys. Yeah, there you go, bat cats. Flying monkeys.
Does she look slutty to you?
Depends on
Yeah.
your taste, Mike. You know.
Slutty is in the eye to beholder, man.
Right, lads. Everyone at home is dying to hear the answer to this question.
You first.
Yeah, mummy. I'm gonna go with mummy,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with mummy with that one. Yeah.
but I'm gonna keep the heels.
And that is your choice. I would never take that away from you. So, Tony and Liam both picked that they would rather be a mummy than be a slutty witch. But let us know over on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Big Mike Pod. What would you rather? Would you rather have to trick or treat for all your food or to bob for all your food?
That's a great question.
So, for anyone who's not familiar with bobbing for apples, it's when you have an apple in a big bowl or bucket of water and you have to try and get it out with your mouth, and it's like quite hard to do. It can take quite a while to grab it with your mouth, and it's obviously your food will all end up quite wet. It's quite a palaver.
But like, so if we're talking a curry, what am I just like? You know what I mean?
Tony, Tony, if you have to bob for your food, are you really gonna have liquid style foods?
I enjoy me curries, like. That's what I'm confused about. I just want to get these schematics. Or like a chicken. I'm not going to be getting salmonella from it, am I?
Would you eat most of the apples, you think?
Yeah, but it would have to be like food that floats as well.
What food floats?
Apple.
Like, what else? Chocolate bar's not going to float.
Popcorn?
How big's a tub? Can it go to the bottom?
Is it like, yeah, is it a bath? You can go to the bottom, can't you?
It can be shallow, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a foot deep at most.
Do chilies float?
I think I'd say chilies would sink. They're quite dense, aren't they?
Do you mean chili peppers or like a chili con carne? Because again, it's just going to make the water be weird.
Oh, liquid-based foods are my favourite foods. Like
That means no bread, nothing. I'm not a duck, like, I'm not eating bread that's soggy.
But could it be like vacuum packed stuff?
No, it has to be the food.
Crisps.
Loose, yeah.
Soggy crisps?
They'd be in a packet.
You just said no.
Yeah, but
No,
surely a packet of crisps.
Nothing can be in its packaging.
You're not going to...
No, all loose. All your food has to be loose.
And then trick-or-treating what, so you don't even know what you're going to get. Oh,
Exactly.
it's literally going to be like Forrest Gump.
So you just arrive, you say, trick or treat. I woke up late today, it's breakfast. And they say, okay. But they're not necessarily going to give you like a full breakfast. They might only give you the odd bit. Or like, oh, yeah, we just had some toast. There's some left over here. Or, it's up to them.
Jesus. Or they might be just like, no, that's weird. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing in my house?
So what, you go around with your pillowcase door to door and ask them, or like...
Pillowcase? Did you take a pillowcase trick or treating?
Yeah?
I'd done that before.
I never heard of that in my
Really?
life.
Yeah, I'd done that
Yeah.
before.
A pillowcase?
Yeah.
Was it one off your bed or a clean one? Or like...
Usually I had Snap, Crackle and Pop one. And that's the one I'd take.
Oh, wow. So like... But it didn't really match your outfit, did it?
No, it didn't matter. You're just shoving it full of fucking goodies, like.
And did you ever fill it?
I never filled it. Jesus, we never went anywhere where there was that many houses. But like, I thought it was a really normal thing.
I'd done that before.
Yeah, I think pillowcase is quite normal.
Never once heard about it.
But I'm not picking up my breakfast my whole life in my pillowcase.
No, like. But so, do they like invite you in? It's that kind of trick or so it's like door to door begging. No, it's which is what trick or treating is, but you get away with it once a year.
Yeah. It's door to door begging.
Gives a few eggs, a couple of tea bags.
But everything they give you has to be ready made, so not tea bags.
What?
have to be a cup of tea. You can have drinks. You can have drinks anyway at home. That's okay.
Okay, so it's just food.
I just realised there can't be pouring a glass of water into your pocket. Okay.
I picked this because I didn't want a bob for anything.
Like, if you're bobbing it has to be like food with skin, or
Skin?
yeah,
Oh, like a potato.
yeah, or an apple, or a banana, or you eat a lot of fruit and veg, like.
Yeah.
And then, like, once you've bobbed for it, you can cook it, like.
No, it has to be prepared, then put into the water.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Ah. So what? No more mash?
Wait, I'm trying to think of what would be.
No more chips?
No, and the way you eat it has to be you bob. You don't hook it out and then eat it. You have to eat it in the water.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
That's disgusting.
Oh, that's fucking.
Someone
vile.
keeping this water clean.
Well, replace the water whenever you want.
But bobbing for apples, you don't like hook the apple out and then chow it down without using. Do you know what
Like
I
a
mean?
horse.
Well, I never hooked it out. You take a bite and then you take another bite.
Well, and you leave it in there.
No, man, that's not what bobbing for apples is. You've been playing it wrong, boy.
Well, that's what bobbing for your life is.
You're really bad at Halloween, Mike.
Because I hate Halloween so much, I am intentionally sabotaging this episode. But yeah, so you can't explain. Well, you can explain to people that you have to trick or treat for all your food, but they're not really going to understand it.
But can I pay them?
No, you just have to go door to door and say trick or treat, and hope they feed you. So some of them you might get lucky, but some of them might feed you once and then never again. You might end up having to walk miles.
I have to learn to check for trick or treat. Don't know what that would be. Yeah,
Can't see what I did there. Just point at my mouth with a pillowcase, man.
And if you have to trick or treat for every meal, you'd still bring a pillowcase.
You have to do this well, you don't have to do it 3 times a day. That's me being gluttonous. But like, but you have to do it like enough times a day to feel full. Like. And like, what job are you gonna have to? I'm just finished work, so I'm just on my way home. But I have to stop in maybe 16, maybe 19, maybe 37 apartments, see if I get any bit of dinner. Like, it's fucking outrageous.
Well, you could spend a long time in the shop. How quick is it knocking the door? You know what I mean?
What?
How quick is it knocking the door? Probably just as long as a shopper.
Well, yeah, but there mightn't be anyone there. They might want to give you anything.
Yeah, but you just give it a wee knock. You'd probably just knock on every door as you walk past. You think of the amount of fights you get in. Stop knocking on my door.
Tony likes that idea now. Tony thinks that's a great idea.
Not if you're begging, it doesn't feel right. Like you're losing all power there, Mike. Even if you're beating them up.
And can you trick or treat in like shops and restaurants and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trick or treat and
See where that fucking gets you.
Well, I mean, like,
Stand outside and knock and say trick or treat.
I was thinking of just going in and saying trick or treat while I take loads of cakes and put them in a pillowcase and walk out.
Oh, I love that it's cakes. I love that it's not real food.
like, Tony's not looking for nourishment, he's looking for real treats.
And you have to eat it all as soon as you get home as well. You can't like trick or treat once and that does for the week. And you can't cook again when you get home. It has to be prepared for you.
Jesus Christ.
So like if you want buttered bread, you better hope they buttered it before they put it in. Or else you're eating that bread and that butter separate.
That's the problem. I've loads of dietary things, so they'll be giving me stuff. I'll be like, here, I can't eat that. Go back and get me something else.
You can put that cheese away, alright?
Cheeky you. How dare you?
I don't know. To be fair, I'm pretty good. I'll eat anything.
I just don't know what you'd have that's water based. You know, like lettuce.
Yeah. Carrots. They're nice if they're just washed and out of water.
An onion.
Ah. It's just like a raw onion.
Oh, it's onions! Fucking psycho!
Suppose you could go for fish as well, couldn't you?
What about pasta?
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 Yeah, you cook pasta in water.
Yeah. But you wouldn't want to be gobbling it down with mouthfuls of water, like.
True.
Oh, pasta does flow.
If you got penne, you could let the water drain out once you've got it.
In your mouth, like.
Yeah, with a straw.
These would be very sauceless. Like, again, I think I'd just throw a curry in there and see what happens.
What happens? Like, you're going in after it, is what happens. Like.
You definitely can do that. That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Bit of curry.
what's the ratio of water to food like?
There has to be at least 5 liters of water.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking more, but it's still quite a lot.
So I think you got a bucket from KFC. Would that be it? Would they flow?
Could you? How long would it take you to drink 5 liters of water?
You can't drink it. You can't just drink up all the water, or you can't put in so much food that the water almost doesn't count. You know, like you have to be bobbing individual bits out of water.
Yeah.
Cereal
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
wouldn't be great, like.
Wouldn't be good at all, really.
Yeah, alright. Instead of milk, be grand. I can get on board with some cereal.
What do you eat out of water? I feel like there is something you literally pick out of water.
I
And
suppose you could just make a massive soup out of it.
If you had like olives or
That's disgusting.
you can't drink the water. Do you know? So you can't make soup out of the water.
Yeah.
There's no loopholes. You can't drink the water. Do you know? Like if you accidentally drink some, it's okay, but you can't drink loads of it.
Yeah. No, I think trick or treating. Oh, but that'd be shit as well. People would be so mean, look. But to be fair, you might build up a nice relationship with some people who just feed you pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Do you know, after you've done it for like 3 or 4 months.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So you might,
Be a nuisance.
or you might starve to death.
I wouldn't starve to death.
No, I wouldn't starve to death.
You think people would feed you?
Yeah.
And you can't just go to your friend's house either. Do you know, it has to be people you don't know.
Yeah. My friends' neighbours.
Yeah,
They've seen me come and go. We don't know each other.
Mhm.
you can try them, but not always.
Yeah.
You know, they can't be your only ones.
Yeah. Shit.
Shit either way, is it?
You better believe it, Mike.
Yeah.
If we were looking for a new name for the podcast, could it be Shit Either Way?
Shit either way, yeah. With Big Mike. That's probably what you'd name
Just Big Mike, yeah. Just leave out the kind of extra dressing.
it.
And that's what you'd say if you ordered a salad, because you know, it'd just get washed away in the water.
Oh, what? Like, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay. What are you going with, Liam?
I'm gonna chance my arm and trick or treat for all my meals.
Okay. And Tony?
I'm gonna Roberton for apples.
Okay. Well, it's down to me again. And as I stated earlier, one trick or treating experience has scarred me for life. So me and Tony are going to be bobbing for food, making the best of it.
Yeah.
So Liam's gone for trick or treating, and Tony has gone for bobbing for apples. But let us know over on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Big Mike Pod. What would you rather? So lads, on our last question on Halloween week, we've entered a torture chamber. Someone is being tortured in this room for 6 hours every day for a week. Would you rather be the tortured or the torturer?
Like, how much torturing do you have to do? Could you just be tickling them, like?
No. There's a certain amount you have to get ticked off. It's your job, you know.
6 hours.
At some stage in the week, you have to take their kneecaps. You have to take at least 6 teeth.
Or you have to get your kneecaps taken or 6 teeth taken.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Fingernails.
Fucking Christ. Now it feels like Halloween.
Don't say fingernails. Leave the fingernails out of it, please.
Toenails. Hammering nails into you and pulling them back out.
Like your fingernails.
Your fingernails back into you.
Fucking hell. This is dark, Mike.
Yeah, I'm sorry, lads. This is why I never showed you the basement of the Would You Rather Castle before. That's what's down there.
Well, it's just like Hostel down there, is it?
I haven't seen it. Is it good? Hostel? Because if
Very
it's really
gruesome.
bad, then maybe we can show it to you while you're being tortured.
It's very gruesome.
Oh, I thought you meant like there's just a filing cabinet down there with these dark questions, like.
That's where I do all my paperwork.
Jesus Christ. Like,
So, to take the pain or to give the pain?
and like, is it legal either way?
No one can ever find out either way.
No one can ever find out, or no one will ever find out.
No one will ever find out. either way.
Jesus Christ. But sure, like, you wouldn't be right either way. To be fair, you said, what, 6 hours a day, 6 days a week? What if
No,
you're
6
being
hours
tortured?
a day for a week.
Or just 1 week?
Just 1 week. The torturer and the tortured have to stay in the same room together.
Oh, so then I'd become friends with them, would I?
Well, it depends if you wanted to make friends with them. Would they want to be your friend, Tony? You're there removing their molars, like.
Well, I never said I'd be the one doing that. If they're hammering a nail into me, I could just start laughing. Being like, it's a very funny joke, but he'd get real scared, you know?
And he'd be like, oh, I hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this guy's pretty funny.
Oh man, I really don't like this.
That's what you'd be saying.
Can you get creative?
Yeah. Oh, you can do extracurricular torture, no problem. So you have to do everything on the list, but you can carry on if you want.
Okay.
That's important to you.
And like, what's the payoff?
You're not getting tortured?
No payoff.
No payoff.
No. You either get tortured or you don't.
No payoff either way.
Oh, for fuck's
I
sake.
don't know if I could handle all the pain, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't bleed out. You would survive it.
I don't know if I could handle it.
They'd have a paramedic on site.
6 hours is a long time. It's a long old time.
Yeah.
It's a long time to be torturing someone. It's a lot of graft,
I
like.
think your arms would get tired.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, God bless the guy doing the torturing. Like.
Well, it's one of us. So
He has it nearly as bad as I do.
Will you stop your screaming, please? I'm getting tired over here.
but he's not doing it by choice either.
You don't know that.
I guess I'd make part of the torture be after a torture you can make me some dinner.
What?
I've had a hard, long day, buddy. Come on.
He's like, I can't pick things up anymore. You took a finger today. It wasn't even on the list, Tony.
I know it's in the soup.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
You said you wanted finger food for dinner.
Fuck me. I really hate this one, Mike. This is the worst one.
It's supposed to be.
It's fucking horrible. Because I physically wouldn't be able to torture someone. Like, for 1 hour one day. Like, for 1 minute one day. I wouldn't be able to do it. Well, I just couldn't. So I'm going to have to be tortured.
Yeah. Is that a good choice?
It's not even a choice. Like, I don't have the choice. I know when it push came to shove, I literally wouldn't be able to do it. Like,
So if it was your life or theirs, you'd always pick yours?
depends. There's a lot of difference between their life and yours, or causing fucking horrible, horrible pain and not.
Would it make it easier? Well, it would make it easier, but would it make it possible if they were a bad person?
I don't know if it would make it any easier, to be honest.
It wouldn't make a difference to me.
No.
No, I'm not the law. Like, I'm not the fucking.
I wonder, would you become numb to the pain after a while?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, you'd probably just end up passing out. Like, I think if someone took 2 teeth without any fucking anesthetic, I'd pass out from the pain, you know?
Then you just shock you awake again, you know?
But it wouldn't even feel like real life after 2 days, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like, after that, I think I'd be able to live with myself a lot better if I took all that damage than if I caused all that damage. And that's a lot of damage.
Too much even for flex tape to repair.
Exactly.
Tony, are you just thinking it sounds too much like a scrap to give up the chance?
I'm just trying to think about creative ways of what I could do, you know?
But by the end of that, you need to have taken 6 teeth and 2 kneecaps, at least. And fingernails and toenails.
I mean, 3 kneecaps if you can.
That'll be the first hour.
Oh, Tony would be the best boy, wouldn't he? He'd be getting a promotion. Like, I've done it all. But don't worry, I'll still show up to work every day.
I'm showing up early and everything. Staying late.
Tony's pulling 12-hour shifts just for fun.
Tony, what's your greatest weakness? I just love torturing. So, are you ready to answer? Or do you still need some time to think about it?
I don't need any time. Huh?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for it. Liam, what is your answer?
I am going to be tortured.
And Tony, what are you going with? Are you going to be the one torturing him?
I'm going to be the one torturing him, yeah. Yeah. I'll do that for you, Limbo.
Thanks, Todd. Jeez, that made it a whole lot weirder as well. Like, the way he looked at me there.
It was beautiful.
I'm actually scared. Actually a bit scared. Like.
So, to sound nice, I'm going to go with I'd rather be tortured. It's hard to know what you'd do, but I'm going to say that I would rather be tortured for 6 hours a day for a week. But let us know over on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Big Mike Pod. What would you rather? So lads, we're getting towards the end of our scary episode full of terror and horror and spookishness, and all the ghouls and goblins have been out all night, and we're bringing the pumpkins in and we're carving them up and feeding them to the dog like we do every year. But there's some happiness on the horizon because Tony has a new segment. Now, I don't know what this segment's going to be, but I've got some guesses for what your segment might be.
All right.
I think it could be a segment where you hum a popular tune and we try and guess what the song is. And it could be called Tone Deaf.
Hey, that's good.
Or one where you tell us that you're sick this week and what's wrong, and we try and tell you what's your disease. And we call that one Tone Ails. And then I ran out of ideas after that one.
That sounds pretty good too, doesn't it?
So what have we got for?
Yeah, my segment's basically just shitty synopses of movies, and you have to guess which movie it is, pretty much.
Okay.
Are they ones you've made up?
One or two from the internet for examples, and then some of them are made up. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay.
So this one's from the internet, right? But I want you to guess. A group spends 9 hours returning jewelry.
Well, that's 3 movies, Tony.
Yeah, there we go.
That's The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Right.
Jesus.
This one. Horrible bosses stole the storyline to this movie. You're never going to get this. I chuckled to myself. This one.
I was thinking like horrible bosses, but that's the answer.
Strangers on a Train.
No. It's The Gladiator.
I don't get it.
Why?
It's The Gladiator. Why? Because your man,
Yeah.
he's his boss and he wants to kill him. The guy... the father dies, the son takes over, just like an horrible boss.
Oh, okay. It actually is, to be fair. It's more like it's his boss and he wants him dead. No, there is more to it. Like.
Right. Okay.
People drink coffee for 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
What movie goes on for 10 years?
That's not a movie, this is a TV show.
Oh, Friends.
Yeah. Drug addicted woman takes advantage of mentally challenged boy for 3 decades.
Jennifer Aniston was in 2 of those.
She wasn't in Gladiator, bud.
She was in horrible bosses. Sorry, what was that one again?
Drug addicted woman takes advantage of mentally challenged boy for 3 decades.
Oh, Forrest Gump.
Yeah, is that right? Noseless guy has a weird obsession
Harry
for
Potter.
teenage boy. Yeah. Oh, you're very quick on these ones. A young man forcibly binds other men and takes photos of them.
What? Forcibly bind.
See, I was thinking, was it called 1 Hour Photo? But that's probably a bit too on the nose.
No.
No, this is better known, I imagine.
And it's probably going to be like less sinister. So why is he binding men and taking pictures of them?
I'm just a bit weirded out you said 1 Hour Photo because Jennifer Aniston's in that as well.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Binds man and takes photos of them. Fuck. Come on now, let's get this, Mike.
Um,
Can I have the clue again?
A young man forcibly binds other men and takes photos of them.
And we definitely know it.
Oh yeah, it's a big movie.
forcibly is a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the one that makes it sinister. Well, I mean, the whole thing's a bit sinister.
Will we have to give in, Mike?
I'll tell you.
Go on.
Spider-Man.
Takes photos of them.
Yeah, Peter Parker, man.
Which Spider-Man?
Well, Tobey Maguire usually. He was a photographer in that one.
Did you say they're young men?
A young man forcibly buying other men.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Fucking hell.
That's that for today.
And what's the name
Thanks,
of
kids.
the segment, Tony?
Thanks, kids. That I haven't even gotten that far. I was quite happy I got that.
Tony's title trivia.
That's good. You want that, Tony?
Schnapsaronies from Tony's.
Yeah, that's even better. Okay. So that was Schnapsaronies from Tony's. That segment looks like it's going to run and run.
I really love that. I really did.
It was good. So that's great. How are we feeling, lads? Are we ready to get out there and, well, for you guys to get out there and trick or treat, and for me to never again get out there and trick or treat?
Yeah, I can't wait. Every meal.
The good thing is everyone wears masks now, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel that weird going out anymore.
You might have even been able to notice those kids laughing at you.
Right, lads, it's been a great Halloween. Now I'm going to go into the field behind my house and set off some illegal fireworks. From me, Big Mike, and the boys, thanks, bye.
Thanks, bye.
See you now.